Hello, and thank you for joining me in the presentation today about our provincial pathways to immigration in Newfoundland and Labrador. My name is Sophia Solomon, and I'm Immigration Program Development Officer with the Office of Immigration and Multiculturalism with the Department of Immigration, Population Growth and Skills in the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador. We administer provincial immigration programs and provide information to potential applicants on ways they can immigrate to Newfoundland and Labrador. The Office of Immigration and Multiculturalism offers two economic immigration programs that facilitate a pathway to permanent residency. The first is the Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program, or the NLPNP. Under this program, we have skilled worker, international graduate, express entry skilled worker, international entrepreneur, and international graduate entrepreneur categories. The Atlantic Immigration Program, also known as AIP, has categories based on the tier level of the job offer that you receive. So that is Tier 0, Tier 1, Tier 2, 3, and Tier 4. The National Occupation Classification is now moved to a NOC 2021 version, and there are some changes due to this on the NLPNP and the AIP, where some positions have become eligible and others have become ineligible. So the 2016 NOC skill level structure, which was NOC 0A, B, C, and D, is now replaced by a 6-category system called tier categories. That's for training, education, experience, and responsibilities that's required to work in an occupation. So now it is Tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the NOC skill level will be called tier category. So the 4-digit codes are now 5-digit codes, and some occupations may change to a different tier category in this new system. This is what the NOC 2021 tier categories look like. So Tier 0 is management occupations, Tier 1 occupations that usually require a university degree, Tier 2 occupations that usually require a college diploma, apprenticeship training of 2 or more years, or supervisory occupations. Tier 3 is occupations that usually require a college diploma, apprenticeship training of less than 2 years or more than 6 years of on-the-job training. Tier 4 is for occupations that usually require a high school diploma or several weeks of on-the-job training. And Tier 5 is occupations that usually need short-term work demonstration and no formal education. So what is the Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program, or the NLPNP? It's an economic immigration program designed to assist international workers and skilled immigrants and their families to live and work in Newfoundland and Labrador. Applicants must meet certain criteria, which includes having a full job offer from a Newfoundland and Labrador employer or be an entrepreneur. Meet the eligibility requirements, intend to live in the province permanently, have enough savings to establish yourself and your family in the province, and possess English or French language capabilities to perform the job duties. So we're going to dive into the express entry skilled worker category, which requires a job offer that is full-time, falls under Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3, and at least 1 year with the possibility of extension at the time of the application. So you do require 1 year of previous work experience in Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3, which must be obtained over 12 months, and work experience while a full-time student in Canada does not count. However, work experience outside of Canada in your home country does count. All applicants must have a valid profile in IRCC's Express Entry pool before the application to our office. Canadian post-secondary degree or diploma or an ECA must be shown. You must have a valid work permit or a JVA, which is a job vacancy assessment that your employer will require you to get if you don't have a work permit, or a postgraduate work permit. You must intend to reside in the province permanently. You must score a minimum 67 over 100 on our PNP point assessment grid for Express entry. Language testing is required for the stream, but there is no PNP processing fee. You're looking at a PR processing time of 8 months with the federal government and 25 business days with our office, and this application is submitted online. Next is the skilled worker category. You would need a full-time job offer at a tier level between 0 to 5, so essentially any level. It should be at least a 1-year contract with the possibility of extension at the time of application. You would again need to have a valid work permit or JVA and intend to reside in the province permanently. Language testing is required for tier 4 and 5 occupations with a CLB4 that is a minimum requirement in each testing category. There is no provincial processing fee, and the processing time with the federal government is 16 months, and the application is submitted online. However, postgraduate work permit holders are not eligible for the stream. You could apply through the Express Entry category or the International Graduate category, which we're going to talk about now. So for the international graduate category, the job offer requires to be full-time in tier 0, 1, 2, or 3. If it's a tier 4, only in-demand occupations are accepted. The contract has to be at least 1 year with the possibility of extension at time of the application. You must meet knockout employment requirements and have a Canadian post-secondary degree or diploma. Intend to reside in the province permanently and show sufficient settlement funds. A postgraduate work permit is required. Language testing for tier 4 in-demand occupations only, and minimum CLB4 in each testing category. If you're a MUN or CNA graduate, and if you're not working in your field of study, you must be working in an occupation where the NOC code requires post-secondary degree. If you're a graduate from another province, you must work in your field of study in the province for 1 year prior to applying to the NLPNP. There is no processing time. There is no processing fee for this category. The processing time is 16 months again, and the application is submitted online. Next, we'll talk about the business immigration categories. We have international entrepreneur and international graduate entrepreneur. So the international entrepreneur, you need to be ages 21 to 59, provide business plan with supporting financial documentations verified by a recognized professional third-party service. Have a minimum Canadian high school diploma or an ECA, intend to permanently reside in the province while owning and actively managing a local business that has potential to create significant economic benefit to Newfoundland and Labrador. You must show $600,000 in unencumbered net business and personal assets that can be readily transferred to Canada, and be able to invest $200,000 to establish a business in Newfoundland with a minimum 33.3% ownership of $1 million equity investment. You must show you're able to hire locally and in positions relative to the business, and the business should be for a for-profit entity with the primary purpose of earning profits through sales of goods and services. You must show minimum 2 years of work experience actively managing and owning a business in the last 5 years, or 5+ years experience in senior business management in the last 10 years. Language testing is required, and you need to show minimum CLB 5. For international graduate entrepreneur, you need to be at least 21 years of age, provide a business continuity plan with supporting financial documentation recognized by professional third-party service, complete a degree or diploma at MUN or CNA within the past 2 years, hold a postgraduate work permit, intend to permanently reside in the province again, same as the international entrepreneur. The main difference is the investment, where there is no investment required. And again, the stability is the same as the international entrepreneur. And for the work experience, you need to show minimum 1 year of continuous experience. actively managing owning the business with a 33.33% minimum ownership. Language testing is required, and we need a minimum CLB 7. So that was the NLP&P. Now we're going to talk about the Atlantic Immigration Program, or the AIP. The AIP is an employer-based program that helps employers in addressing skill gaps and labor market needs. This new program was launched due to the success of the pilot program. So the employers must first apply to become designated. The workers would need to wait until the employer is approved. There is higher engagement and settlement and integration by the employers. It has faster processing time. So if you're already working the province as a temporary resident, you could qualify to become a permanent resident, and low labor market impact assessment is required. We are now only accepting applications online for the AIP, so employers must submit their applications through the AIP Immigration Accelerator portal. So the first step is designation. So employers must download the application and indicate the job title, prevailing wage, NOC code, tier category, and number of positions required. Positions must be year-round full-time. Business must be in continuous active operation for the previous 2 years. Once they are designated, an endorsement application can be prepared and submitted. The foreign national will contact the service providing organization and request a need assessment to get a settlement plan. So once you have this and you have the settlement plan, the employer can fill out the endorsement application and identify the tier category of the job offer and the position description. Employers must ensure that the candidates have all their supporting documentation for the permanent residency, including language testing and education credential assessment. So once the employer is designated, they can then submit the endorsement application for you. And now we're going to talk about the different categories under the AIP. So as you can see, it's based on the job offer tier that you receive. So for the tier 0 job offer, you need a 1-year work experience in the tier category of 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the past 5 years and meet NOC employment requirements. The job